By normal standards, 2020 was a weird year for everyone. When lockdown first happened, there was a strong sense that we were in it together, but that sense has waned over the course of the year. I'm here to talk to you today about how we can get that sense of togetherness back again in our organisations while we support employees through yet more change to come. In March, we were all hustled home or asked to work in layers of PPE, distance from our best colleagues and our favourite customers. Fast forward a year and life is quite different. There's no gym, there's no going out. There are more hours in the day because we don't have lengthy commutes to do, but work is expanding to fill those hours. Boundaries are blurred, the kids are at home, and mental health issues are on the increase. We're hopeful that 2021 is going to be a better year, and we know that the end is in sight. But for some people, there is still a level of apprehension. What's going back to the office going to be like? Will there be a job for me after furlough? And will I be able to keep some of the work-life balance that I've gained during lockdown? Humans by nature find change difficult, some more than others. So now is the time for leaders and managers to show empathy and support for their employees. While lockdown continues, supporting a flexible approach to the working days helps employees manage the competing demands on their time. Maybe they have to go to the supermarket and pick up provisions for an elderly relative and drop those off. One of our members of staff was struggling with balancing work and homeschooling. He didn't want to feel that he was producing subpar work, but he was also noticing that the behaviour of his child was deteriorating. He felt the only thing to do was to resign. We met with the staff member and suggested a 3-month sabbatical with the choice to extend it for another 3 months if he needed it. At the same time, his wife talked to her employer and it was agreed that she would drop to part-time hours. It was a great solution for everyone involved. By showing empathy and understanding, both companies have gained loyalty from those employees and have helped them out in a difficult situation that they were struggling with. We all know that lockdown won't last forever, but how do we support our staff to return to a life close to the life that they had before? What if you work in a sector where employees have been working flat out and they're nearly close to burnout? What if some of your employees have been furloughed and resentment has grown amongst the staff who have been working? Again, getting to know your staff and their individual circumstances will help you understand what they need as they return to some form of normality. Getting feedback from your staff will help you check the pulse of the organisation and understand where you need to focus your attentions. If there is concern about returning to the office, how might that be mitigated? Maybe a phased return might provide the flexibility some people need as they get used to a more normal life again. If you're a manager or leader, you will have to carefully think about the cues that people take from you. If they see you returning to the office 100% of the time, they may feel that they have to do the same thing. Maybe your employees are concerned about blurring work-life lines. If you send an email at 10 p.m., do you expect them to respond immediately? For those who have been on furlough, have you considered how they may get up to speed with the changes that have happened in the firm whilst they've been out? Maybe communication to the staff need to increase as the time for return draws closer so that they can plan. For those who are possibly resentful, could some recognition for the efforts that they've put in go down well with them? If your staff have been working flat out, do you know how they are feeling? Even the most resilient person sometimes experiences times of difficulty. Do your staff have access to an EAP, or do they have access to online video doctors? All these things support employees through these difficult times, and if they feel supported and they feel that the company has stepped in to help them, you will get paid back in loyalty when you ask for them to go over and above. At Perkbox, we have introduced a flexible working policy. We've landed on a 50-50 hybrid model. Speaking to our employees was interesting. Our corporate culture is built around being together in the office. We allow dogs at work. We have beers on a Friday. We have a happiness lab so people have a place to go where they can think and be creative. We were surprised when we spoke to employees that many of them wanted to remain 100% at home. However, we were also aware of the need to have people together to get that excitement and vibe and creativity. It's easy right now to think the world will never be the same again. But in 2 years' time, will we have returned to a normal 9 till 5 day? We just don't know at the moment. So with our policy, we wanted to ensure that there was little conservatism in there. And what if recency bias is kicking in? It's easy to think that our current circumstances are better than what we had previously. Once some people return to the office, will fun and nights out be missed by those who haven't returned? We wait to see, but for the moment, the important thing is that we've provided people room to do what's best for them. Flexible working doesn't just mean at home or in the office. What we've done is gone for core hours, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That allows for the early birds and the night owls, and for those who have other things that they need to fit around life. After all, as a leader, do you actually care what hours people do, or are you looking for productive employees? If someone is able to be efficient, effective, deliver top quality work, and they do it in 8 hours rather than 9, surely that's something to be celebrated. It's been a year now since we started lockdown. During that time, many leaders and managers have hired new recruits, and existing employees are another year experienced and have built knowledge during that time. They're keen to progress on and build their careers. As a people team at Perkbox, we've been working hard with managers to ensure that new recruits are brought into the culture of the firm and feel part of it as soon as possible, particularly when they haven't met their colleagues or even their bosses face to face. We host a variety of all hands calls within the firm, and new joiners are invited to those straight away so they can get to understand who does what. We also have a newsletter, and that includes all the new joiners so that people across the whole firm can get to know who has joined us recently. The key for us is ensuring that there are a variety of communication channels, something to suit everybody. For those who want to progress, we ensure that every role is advertised internally so that anyone can apply should they wish to. We've rolled out manager training for our new managers and those who are progressing along the managerial ladder. That has all been done virtually during lockdown, and we hope that will provide a cohort for the members of that team so that they can work together and bounce ideas off each other in the future. We are currently looking at technology to help our employees use their £300 training budget. We also have many of our leaders and managers who post articles about the industry, SaaS businesses, and people that in leadership that they find interesting. Those are shared throughout the firm so people can learn and develop and progress, even if it's a small bit every day. While it's certainly been harder with no office to keep our culture alive, we've done a huge variety of events and fun things to keep that culture alive while people have been away from the office and ensure new joiners are absorbed into it and understand what Perkbox is about. I'm not here to give you all the answers, but I hope some of my questions have caused you to think a little bit. One word of warning though, as someone famous once said, you can't please all the people all of the time, but showing leadership, empathy, and understanding might help you please more of the people more of the time.